Do you love camping? I sure do. Got to spend some time on the gorgeous Kootenay Lake at a little campground called Lost Ledge Campground. Set up my tent and relaxed and looked across a beautiful stretch of water at the Purcell mountain range just on the other side. My name is Joe Foy, and I'm Protected Areas Campaigner for the Wilderness Committee. Today we'll be traveling through the unceded territory of the Ktunaxa, Secwepemc, Sinixt, and Okanagan Sylix nations. So I'm here to check out logging on the Argenta Face. It's just started up over on the slope right across from the campground. There's been protests against the logging. The people over in the community of Argenta, people all around here don't want to see this beautiful forest known as the Argenta Face logged. And so there's been protests, there's been arrests. And so I've got to sort of stay back a little bit from the logging site, at least during work hours, as we work to get the logging on the Argenta Face stopped. Marlene Johnson, who just lives up the road a bit, stopped by to have a look at the logging and brought along some maps she had obtained from the logging company that shows their future plans on the Argenta Face.
Hi, I'm Marlene Johnston from Lardo.
So Marlene, what have we got here on these maps?
As you come further north, this is a real gentle sloping area. So as you move further north, you can see much better where the cut blocks could be.
Right, because they're all almost joining together and you don't have trees to screen the view shed. You mentioned that the company is now talking about another bunch of cut blocks, a second pass?
Well, in one of our earlier discussions with Cooper Creek Cedar, there was mention that what was proposed here was just their first pass, and that there was a possibility that they would have a second pass with additional, I can't remember if it was 4 or 5 cut blocks, which would be higher up the slope.
My next stop was the little hamlet of Argenta, where folks here have been working for decades to protect the forest on the hillsides above them. As I continued on down the road, there were more and more signs of the active logging, as well as community support for preserving the forests of the Argenta Face. Well, I think I found a good route here. Talked to the local folks in Argenta, and they think so too. So this is an old road that's going to lead me partway up to a little knoll, a little mini mountain, where I think I'm going to get some good views of the logging. I've got a backpack full of photographic equipment. Yeah, great place to hike. Beautiful hike today here on the Argenta Face. Hello, my name is Joe Foy. I'm Protected Areas Campaigner for the Wilderness Committee, and today I'm up on the Argenta Face looking down at a pretty sad scene. Logging has started on the Argenta Face. This is a thing that we had fought against for years now to prevent logging from starting up, and yet the provincial government has allowed a logging company, Cooper Creek Cedar, to start up logging here a few weeks back. It's a terrible sight to see. Essentially, it's Clearcut with a few straggly trees left in it. If there is some good news in this story, this is only the first cut block. There is time to stop it. I've spoken with community members, they've shown me the company maps, and this company, Cooper Creek Cedar, plans to put cut blocks right across the Argenta Face throughout a massive area affecting wildlife habitat, viewshed forests, even endangered species habitat. This logging plan must be stopped, and that's why I've made this video, and why I'm asking you today to please write the Premier. We've set up a special letter writing page, when you write the Premier, your letter will also go to your own MLA, as well as the Minister of Lands, the Minister of Environment, the Minister of Forests. I know that many of you have written letters before, and all I can tell you is by continuing to build a wave of popular support, demonstrated by these hundreds and in fact now thousands of letters going into the government, we can get this stopped. We did get the Skagit Valley donut hole, the logging there to stop. The same thing can be done here. There are so many areas in this province now, many of you have been part of protecting them. Stein Valley, Guayhanas, all of these areas were big fights. The Ilaho Valley that also were led by indigenous nations. And that's what's going to happen here on the Argenta Face. This is all unceded indigenous territory. The province needs to reach out and work with indigenous nations to design a form of protection that is led by indigenous nations to get this Argenta Face protected. It has worked so well in many other places in this province. That's what's needed to solve this terrible problem. The answer is not to pepper this hillside with cut block after cut block. That will benefit no one. It's a beautiful trip that I've been on. I'm camped across the lake at Lost Ledge campsite. It's a pretty little campsite right on the shores of Kootenay Lake. I highly recommend it for you for a future camping trip. Wonderful place to relax. Wonderful place just to be happy in nature. We're going to be a lot more relaxed and a lot happier once we get the logging here stopped, because nobody wants to see that. Thanks for watching the video. Please write your letter. And also, please, if you can afford it, a donation to the Wilderness Committee is always really helpful. It keeps us out on the land. It keeps us visiting these really special places that people want to see protected. And it helps us to organize the pushback required to get them protected. So thanks for your past donations. If you can afford another donation or a donation in the future, it just keeps us going. Thanks for watching the video. Everything that I've talked about today, how to write your letter, how to send in a donation, how to see the previous video that I did on the Argenta Face, I've included all the links in the description of this video. Just go to the description section, you'll see those links and you'll be able to get to the letter writing area, the donation, and also the video of the beautiful larch trees here on the Argenta Face. Thanks for watching. Very much appreciate it. Please write your letter today. You'll be able to come up here and camp in these gorgeous campgrounds across the lake like Lost Ledge, where I am today, and just behold this wonderful nature and the wonderful communities that are here that will be so happy when this area is protected. I'll see you next time. This is Joe Foy, Protected Areas Campaigner for the Wilderness Committee. Bye for now.